Good morning, and it is October 7th, 2025, and we are in Element 6 of Your Lifebook. Element 6 is your path to a healthy weight. Average time to complete 1 week. In Element 6, we will set a goal to help you reach a healthy weight as part of a lifelong transformation. Explore the phases of weight management. Determine where you are and learn new habits to begin creating your healthy weight. Because remember, it's healthy weight management is actually the habit of health, the macro habit of health. It's not losing weight. Some people need to gain weight. Some people need to just optimize where they're at. And some people need to lose weight. But I think sometimes we forget that. I think that's how us coaches have turned it into a weight loss program. And I love that we're shifting. And now our focus is more on metabolic health. And I want to make a clear distinction. This is weight management. But this chapter is a little bit more about the weight loss. So, how do you create a healthy weight? The answer is embedded in the question. You create a healthy weight. And that is what we are doing to start. That's what we're going to do for you in this element. In fact, the creative process will be at the center of all the key aspects of your transformation. The creative process will be at the center of all key aspects of your transformation. That's really fun. This next 12 months are going to be exciting as we work together to install the key habits of health. The last 5 elements have set you up with the proper motivation and the clear understanding of where you are currently in terms of your health and well-being. Foundation. The well-being evaluation. You have decided which areas you are ready to work on and the outcomes you desire. In addition, you now understand the creative process and how we take those desired outcomes and place them in a structural tension chart to focus on what we want to create. We then determined the second choices that will take us to our desired outcome. We use the habit loop daily to install our new choices and build the new behaviors that result in our improving health and well-being. And to leave nothing out, in the big wide world that can catch you off guard, we have prepared you for real life, getting in the way, and having given you some skills and tools to work on to help you manage your emotions and environment in a progressively skillful way. And hopefully, you will have one of our coaches who has been trained to help you successfully use your lifebook to progress towards a healthier and more fulfilling life. Knowing where you are going from the start. Over 45 million individuals in the U.S. go on a diet to lose weight each year, desperately seeking to shed the extra fat they have accumulated. For the vast majority, the decision is emotionally driven, triggered usually by a negative consequence of a way we look, the way our clothes fit, external pressures from those around us, or potential looming medical issues. Feeling bloated, tired, and unhappy, most run to the latest weight loss fad and start what has become a series of attempts to get rid of their belly fat. These diets typically are a period of time where you restrict what you eat to force your body into a starvation mode, which is neither fun nor necessarily healthy. Approximately 85% of people who go on a diet gain all their weight back and then some within 2 years. The only habit they have ever created is the habit of dieting over and over again. It's insanity. Of course, if you restrict your calories and put very little in your body by dieting for a period of time, you will usually not always lose weight. But as soon as you stop and go back to the way you have always been, your body will seek to go back to its original size. Your body will seek to go back to its original size. Your improving weight management will be a byproduct of a simple baby step approach to creating overall optimal health and well-being. As outlined above, we have left nothing to chance, and our goal is to help you reach a healthy weight as part of a lifelong transformation. So let's get this story started. In the beginning of part 2.1 in Dr. A's Habits of Health, Healthy Weight Management, I outlined the different phases of weight management. Your weight management phases. So there's the graph. This is where we start at overweight. And we move from overweight and making the decision. I like to think that that's where we make the decision to change. We move into phase 1, weight loss. Phase 2, healthy weight. Phase 3, optimization. Phase 4, longevity. To be in the healthy weight phase 2, BMI under 25, body fat mass 18%, for males, female for 25%, waist circumference for men 37, for women 31.5. And again, those all can be different for somebody who is physically active. We will use 3 different measurements to assess your current phase in your weight management. You can do this on your own or have your coach help you figure out where you are starting in terms of weight management. And then on the next page, we have the BMI chart. Again, same thing. This is actually the one that I was talking about. The BMI chart is not accurate for athletes. So just so you know. Body mass index. This is the gold standard because of its simplicity. When combined with your waist circumference, it provides an accurate assessment of whether we are at a healthy weight. The chart below can help you quickly calculate your BMI. You can also use one of our online calculators. And I use this all the time just to really check and see where I'm at. So figure out on the left how tall you are, and at the top how much you weigh, and you figure out. Cool. But I also do have all these different dates with all these different measurements of my BMI, where I was. Keep track of it. Sometimes it's up. Several times it's been down to ultra health. Anyways, waist circumference. So this allows us to evaluate the visceral or organ fat accumulation, and it is a very good indicator if your extra fat poses a health challenge. So to correctly measure waist circumference, and again, it's not 100% accurate. Some people are just built like an apple, but oftentimes it's just an indicator. So to correctly measure waist circumference, stand and place a tape measure around your middle, just above your hip bones. Make sure the tape is horizontal around the waist. Make the tape snug around the waist, but not compressing the skin. Measure your waist just after you breathe out. Your health is at risk if your waist is, for men, over 37 inches, for women, about 31.5 or above. Body fat. And this is optional. This is a really good one to check, but you do need to go to somebody else to do it. Track body fat if you have an accurate source available. Some of the scales that we have work. They're not as good as going in to have an in-body scan someplace. You can find them. I think there's one in Boise. So tracking body fat, if you have an accurate source available, can offer a third source of measurement to assess your current weight management. It also helps you see that you are losing fat and not muscle. Our Habits of Health programs are designed to minimize muscle loss. In phase 2, 3, and 4, body composition becomes important to make sure you are building muscle and not just adding fat. For now, if you have access to a bod pod, DEXA, or someone who can help you use a set of skin calipers, when you can also use this number to determine your current phase. Most electronical impedance devices are not very accurate, but may give you a trending option. So you can kind of see if it's going downwards. And I'll just throw in here our new disclaimer for clinical studies is that we have 17 times more fat loss when working with a coach who is working and doing the work, which is really nice because now coaches have to be certified, so they have to get in and do the work. And we protect 98% of muscle mass on the 5-in-1 plan and coached by a coach. So here's the little graph. And so if you're male, fatness, under fat, normal, over fat, or obese. So let's just talk about normal. Is body fat percentage, age 20 to 30, is 8 to 20%. 40 to 59 is 11 to 20. And age 60 to 70 is 13 to 25. And it's interesting that they give you extra fat as you get older, 60 to 79. For women, normal, body fat 21 to 33%. 40 to 59, ages 40 to 59 is 23 to 34. And 60 to 79 is anywhere from 24 to 36. Interesting. I'm a couple years from breaking over into that next one. Which phase are you in currently? Current reality, overweight or obese? So this is the current state most people find themselves in. If you are like 2/3 of Americans, this is the current starting point for your journey. BMI is over 24.9. Waist circumference, males over 40, women over 35. Body fat, 18% for men, females 25%. We will start with a quick review of why you are here and then dive right into our weight loss phase. Phase 1, weight loss. Until BMI is under 25, and then until the waist circumference for men under 37, women under 31.5, until body fat is under 18%, and for females under 25%. So we will provide a couple of options to choose from to guide your weight loss journey. So again, that's one of our 22, 25 different programs, however you want to break it down. Phase 2, healthy weight. BMI, under 25. Waist circumference, under 37 for men, 31.5 for females. Body fat, male under 18%, females under 25%. The general guidelines for healthy weight is a body mass index, BMI, of 24.9 and a waist circumference of 32.5 inches for women and 37 inches for men. Having a healthy fat composition is also important. It is age dependent, but as a general guideline, we will want to lower your body fat to less than 25% for women and 18% for men. We will move you into eating healthy for life. This will lead you into the second micro habit, healthy eating and hydration. Phase 3, optimization. So again, BMI under 25, waist circumference under 31, females under 31. Optimization. That's interesting. In optimization, I think that's I don't know. So this is an exciting phase when we will modify your food intake and energy expenditure to optimize your health and well-being for your age and lifestyle. And then phase, that's ultra health. And then longevity phase. No, this is longevity. Okay, I'm confused. So we went from current reality, overweight, phase 1, weight loss, phase 2, healthy weight, phase 3, they're calling optimization. They must be calling that ultra health because they've got the men's waist circumference clear down to 31. And then longevity, no, because longevity, isn't that interesting? So they've got longevity as BMI 21 to 24.9, waist circumference 32, females 29. That's where they go to the ultra health ones. Body fat optional, male is under 12% and females 17 to 22%. In the third part of the book, once you have optimized your health, we'll explore things you can do to create ultra health and potentially live a longer, healthier life. So there you go. If I just keep reading instead of being curious. So your current reality starting point, and it gives you a place to put your current stuff. And I encourage you, every time you get to this point in the book, write a date and write where you are, because it fluxes. And it's really good to see those different things. I've got, 4 different times and different dates written down in here. 3 different times and 3 different dates. The phase you are currently in is just that, a phase, which you will move through as you get better at managing your weight. Do not get caught up on the absolute numbers of exact what weight gives you a BMI of under 25. It is a target which, for most, will seem far off as you start, but over time will seem much more doable. In fact, that's why I broke into ultra health each time. Usually I hit that ultra health and it's like, I am so close to that. Why don't I just do that? Yeah. In fact, for now, write down how much weight you would like to lose. Write that down. I don't know if you can see all my scribblings over here. Just write stuff down when you get to it. That's power. Write down a time in your life when you were healthier. What has changed between now and then? More room to write. Write down what it would be like to be back to that healthy weight and well-being again in terms of, and then there's more space, how you feel, what you do, how you connect with friends and family. Is there anything else you want to write down now that you have where you are going and why? Okay, page 161. Creating your first structural tension chart. We laid out how to create a structural tension chart in element 3. How do you create what you want? Part 1.3 and part 1.4 in Dr. A's Habits of Health went into much greater detail about the power of this advancing structure in terms of creating a sustainable transformation in your weight and health. In the desired result space on the following page, write down your healthy weight goal, and in the current reality space, write down your current weight. You should also put a date when you would like to be at your goal weight. Although at this time, it is really just an estimate. You will have many actions and steps that you will add to your sedentary choices as we design the series of habits that will support you to reach and optimize your weight management. For now, you can see the secondary choices or action steps I put down in my example as key tactics to create long-term weight management. We will explore these essential habits in the coming elements. You can fill in these secondary choices now or work with your coach. You continue to add to the list as we build your new story. And there's structural tension, kind of gives you an example, and then you write in your own. You can tell I have several different ones that I've put in there, several different times with dates. Structural tension is just current reality to secondary choices, those micro habits, which are going to support those current reality to get to your desired result. Summary. As we conclude this element, it should be much clearer to you how you can create a healthy weight without going on a diet. In fact, in the space provided below, write down the key differences in how we are structuring your path to a healthy weight and share your reflection below with your coach. Remember to review this often. 3 key points in creating a healthy weight. Please spend some time and reflect on what each of these key points means to you at this stage of your journey and make some notes to yourself. Also share and review with your coach. Your focus will be on building health. Did you hear that? Don't go on a diet, he said just a little bit ago. As we conclude, it should be much clearer to you that now how you can create a healthy weight without going on a diet. And here he says, your focus will be on building health, which is something you really want to create. This will motivate you each day. Remember, when you feel a little better, a problem caused by emotional conflict will lose its energy and you will be much more likely to win. Problem because the emotional conflict will lose its energy and you will be much more likely to win. You will use structural tension to help you to move from current weight to healthy weight. This will set up the actions to make this reality. Your healthy weight will be built on learning a series of new habits, which will create new behaviors that will make managing your weight much easier. Unlike willpower, which cannot be counted on during the tough days, habits actually transform your previous actions into an automated state of new choices that require little thought and yet support long-term health. Starting in element 7, creating a new leptogenic world, we shall develop a secondary choices of habits of health that will be integral to developing your mastery of macro habits of healthy weight management.